It's time to get the paintbrush out again. We are in our green bedroom and I had mentioned maybe, I feel like it was in the tour video. If you haven't seen our house tour, our updated 3 years of renovating video tour, then in that video I mentioned how it's been on my mind about colour drenching. This room, when we did it, I did consider it, but even then I found the idea of painting the woodwork, including the skirting and the coving, a difficult decision, because in my mind it's more traditional to paint it white or an off-white for contrast. However, I've been seeing a lot more colour drenching and just thinking it looks beautiful, and also been seeing it in a traditional sense. This room, we never painted the ceiling, and now there are patches of damp that I need to treat. I'm gonna clean it with bleach, like mold spray, paint the patches with mold paint, and then we can paint over the top with breakfast room green, which is the colour in here, just to kind of give it that extra zhuzh, because I think the reason that there is damp up there is because I've mentioned it many times, this is an old house. The outside of our house needs repointing, the paint needs going. These two walls for this room are the ones that are painted, so they don't get much breathing space basically. So this is the colour on the walls right now. I've just put dust sheets down. I'm gonna have to potentially find more or just kind of work in bits, because I did get paint in this room the last time I painted in here, because at the time we were going to change the carpet and then I changed my mind and I really regret getting paint on the floor. I'm thinking maybe I need to take these curtains out as well, but you can see, there's just like damp patches, like dots, so hopefully this will really help. I'm going to attempt to crack this open, and just with a paintbrush dot on the areas where there are patches of mould. I've done all the cleaning. I don't want to like roller this on really thick or anything, because I don't think that's how you're supposed to use it. This can go on as kind of like a primer, and then we can attempt the green. I feel like we may have to buy more green. This feels like, I feel like it's only got about this much left in there. I need to open it and have a look. That would be annoying, but maybe we'll be able to get one coat done and then I can go tomorrow to get more, or later today actually, because B&Q stays open pretty late, to get more for the second coat.
Every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around. Be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun.
Okay, so we have one coat, and that was actually really quick and easy. And now I'm on a roll. I'm 100% gonna have to do it in all the other bedrooms because this feels so cozy. And I feel like it's also made the ceiling feel higher. I'm guessing that's because there is no end point to it. So you don't have like green and then white. It just feels like it carries on. Ignore the leaf blower. Alex is leaf blowing outside because there are so many leaves in our driveway and you can't sweep them because there's gravel. I do need to get more paint. We have run out of paint, but I'll just buy a small tub and then we can do a second coat. I can do a second coat tomorrow or this evening. I need to like figure out what I want to do. Like in our bedroom, for example, can you see the vision of this all being painted blue and how much that would complement it? And then the same goes, well, actually this is the one room that I'm not as certain about because there's something about the pink and the white that's quite satisfying. Yeah, actually I think this room looks lovely as it is. I do quite like that white contrast. Yeah, I think this room I will leave because I quite like it, but I do think that in here it will work really well, all blue, and it'll feel like, although actually, is it, well, it's very bright in here. I feel like this will be something I won't do just now though. I will pause and do at a later stage. But the feeling in here, you know, go hard or go home. Good afternoon. It is the afternoon. We have a package. It's the following day. We went out this morning to get some more paint. Well, Alex went and got it. Where do you get it from? A place on Earth?
Brewers.
Brewers. So if you're in Cornwall, that's another local one that does.
Speaking of which,
Flower and Bull paint. And Alex is making a coffee. Oh, this is Reno. So I will actually save this. This is a secret now. Should I show you one pair? Because I am going to London tomorrow and I will style these up in a video for you. But, oh my god, I'm so excited for this, Alex. Can't even tell you. So they've got all their new winter stuff. The way it works with brands is brands usually like send you a list of things that they would like to send you. I've worked with Vivea for years because I absolutely love their shoes, and so many of you guys have got their shoes because of me sharing them. So Vivea kindly sent me a list of all their new like autumn winter shoes, and I really struggled to narrow down what I wanted to get because they had so many great things, and their campaign for them, like all the shoots they did, were in the countryside. They really spoke to me. And the girls looked so great in the outfits with the boots, and it just sold it to me. I was just like smitten because Vivea shoes are the most comfortable shoes I own. I wear their flat shoes all the time. I have them in so many different colours. You've seen them in my videos all the time. I've got those red ones and the black ones, the Mary Jane ones, and then just the plain flats. I wore a pair yesterday actually with the little black toe because they are the comfiest flat shoes that I've ever owned because they are made from that kind of material. So they've come out with boots like this. So like, look at these. They're proper boots, like welly boots, knee-high boots, but they are fabric, so they're super comfortable. I might actually have to take this with me to London. I'm going to open all of these. I'll show you them all in another video, but I could not show you these. And if I do have a discount code with them already, I'll leave that linked below and you can check out their like latest, newest things that they've got. But yeah, if you are in need of a new pair of shoes for winter, I would honestly say that Vivea is like a one-stop shop for any kind of shoe that you would need, heels included. And I'm so excited for these. And the cool thing, if you've got wider calves, stretchy, so they'll fit anyone, essentially. Which I think is so smart because lots of boots are a little snug around the calves, aren't they, ladies? So look at this, I'm so excited. I love the shape of the bottom of them. Proper chunky brown boots. So this is how it's looking the following day. I kind of wish I had waited till I bought the paint because the reason it's so patchy is because I was running low on paint. You can see the first corner isn't as patchy because it was when I was lathering it on and then I was like, wait, I can't do that because I'll run out. But by the time I do a second coat, it should be all covered. I just need to decide if I need to do... Yes, I do. another layer of cutting in, so I'll do that first. And I love the way it feels in here. Honestly, it feels so cool. I'm excited for this. We are officially done. I think that should be enough. Looking at it, like, it's wet and it looks complete, so when it dries, it always dries a bit more thick. So I think that that'll be enough. I love Farrow & Ball paint for that reason. I used to turn away from expensive designer paints for a while, and I would get them colour matched. I think I even did that downstairs. Like, I kind of go back and forth on it, but anytime I actually go back to the more expensive paints, I do realise you end up using a lot less. So I actually feel like it ends up costing the same. I haven't tried other brands, but I'm sure they're similar, like Little Green Company, or there's like Edward Bulmer. I'm sure all of those sorts of brands are very similar. I've only ever gone for Farrow & Ball because it's what I know and they always sell it in the shops. It's very easy to get access to. But yeah, I always rate the more expensive paints because it just means you have to do less painting. You can do 2 coats and it's a really good finish. So yeah, if you're wondering which one to grab, obviously if you're on a budget, get the cheaper paint, but because I've definitely done that many times. But if you do have a little bit extra money in your budget, it is, I think, worth it. So that's lovely. I'm gonna leave it to dry, and then later on today I'm gonna just move everything back in here and give it a zhuzh and make it all fresh and lovely. And I actually might have a look online with you at a new set of cushions, or see if there's anything on Etsy, because I moved the cushions out of here, I think maybe into another room or downstairs, and this room now doesn't have the 2 cushions on the bed, so I was thinking about getting a different cushion cover for in here.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Dang girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now?
Okay, so I've half put everything back in here. Still need to put the curtains in, but obviously need to make sure that everything is 100% dry. But yeah, it just really does feel like how I think it should feel in here. I think that this room is going to be one of those rooms that over time I just want to keep adding pictures to, because we've obviously got this lovely gallery wall. Like, for example, I feel like it would be cute to have more pictures over here, and maybe on this wall, like a couple here as you enter. But I'm just very happy that I decided to do that. It feels fresh and new, and I'm glad that we've done that because of the damp issue. I also rolled the windowsill because it was a bit dirty, because they always get dirty. These 2 pillows, usually I put them one in front of the other, but I just need a couple pillows. I might look at actually the spread on Period Living and see which pillows they put in here, because they looked really lovely. I have been thinking about getting rid of these larger reading pillows. Lots of people ask where they're from, but I just feel like nobody really uses them when they visit. So I might over time just consider like swapping them and then using them for something different. I'm not sure what, but I feel like I could think of something different. Let me know your thoughts. I also noticed that this lamp actually stands out way more with the green ceiling. This was a Facebook find, but it's a Laura Ashley chandelier, and I love this lamp. Depending on when this vlog goes live, I kind of want to do the architraving on this door because we never did it when we painted, and now I'm here, I'm like, actually it's not so overwhelming of a job because it looks like they've just never put the architraving up. When you close it, there's just no trim. So when I get back from London, I may go to B&Q and see if I can pick up some architrave, kind of like you see on most doors, just to finish this off so this room feels like it's kind of essentially nearly finished. And we do have a whole tub left of that paint, but there's always other projects, and there is another secret project I've got to keep quiet about that may be coming hopefully in I don't know, I have no idea when it will be coming, but I'll let you know about that later. It is actually a week later, or yeah, about a week later, and I'm debating if I want to go to B&Q to go get architrave for the door. I was away in London, went to a really fun event with YouTube called Creators for Climate, where a lot of YouTubers met up to hear from different talks, like short talks about the environment and how we can talk about sustainability within our content. Obviously, it's something I've been doing for years. It really inspired me and gave me a new boost to discuss that again on my channel. I feel like I do discuss it, it's kind of integral, and I feel like it gave me this affirmation of you're doing it right, because I don't like to share the doom and gloom. I like to share practical tips for what you can actually do and just live my life that way. An amazing event and workshop, and got to hang out with really lovely people and just had the best time. And it has re-inspired me. So yeah, really, really worthwhile trip. But that's why I stopped doing the bedroom, and I'm tempted this evening, depending on what work I get done. I want to have a quick look at cushions for the green bedroom, just as like a finishing touch. Probably won't see that in this video because they won't arrive in time, but I wanted to quickly look at some options with you. So let's record my screen. So the cushions that were in the green bedroom are now in the living room. When I did that period living photo shoot, she brought around some gorgeous cushions from Birdie Fortescue. So I wanted to have a look. Obviously the room is now very green, so I think that I definitely want to draw on the opposites. The ochre cushions that were on the bed were green with little bits of purple, but I think that it would be nice to have proper red ones. We've got a gorgeous quilt on the bed, and I really think that the finishing touches for a room make such a big difference. I remember when we painted the room to begin with and we first put stuff in there, if you remember, there was lots of blues, and I was thinking at the time, this doesn't look right because we put a blue rug on the bed. We had like a kind of bluey painting above the bed that's still there. And I remember thinking, no, we need the green to be opposing a red colour. And it really doesn't look Christmassy. I know that that kind of makes you think of Christmassy colours. It actually doesn't look Christmassy when you do that. So we went for red accents in the curtains, similar in the quilt. And I also think that we should do this with the cushions. Maybe not like red, maybe a few mixes of colours. Like this kind of thing is gorgeous. Oh, look at this with the lovely piping around the edge. That's gorgeous. More of a like rusty colour. Oh, wow. Yeah, the scallop. In fact, this one that they're showing in this photo, I remember this cushion, definitely this print at least, they definitely brought for the shoot as a prop. That is gorgeous because it kind of ties in with the lampshades. So I'm definitely going to save this one as an option. And it's on sale. I know that these are more expensive cushions. This one, yeah, this cushion they definitely did have as a prop for the shoot, and I'm pretty sure that they use this in the living room images. So that's a lovely option. What a gorgeous quilt. That is stunning. I think if you're thinking of Christmas presents, if I received this for Christmas, I would be just so happy. I mean, I know it's an expensive quilt, but everyone has very different budgets. I'm sure you could find dupes for this. Oh, see, look at that one, that quilt. That's so in keeping with the colours in the room. With these kinds of brands, obviously this, I love this brand. It just, Birdie Fortescue and Ochre are just gorgeous brands for this kind of style. You can also find alternative options on places like Etsy. So you could put in a striped red cushion or frilled cushion, or it's like a piped hem. Details, what's it called? Yeah, fringed cushion. Hand printed cushion, and I feel like you could come up with lots of different options. That's a lovely colour. I feel like maybe that's a bit too solidly red. Though you could do something like this where you layer it. Also, definitely let me know, you see how they've layered the block cushion with the patterned cushion on top. I'd love to know what you think about the reading cushions in the bedroom. I'm thinking of just not using those in the bedrooms anymore, because I think when people stay, they don't ever use them. I use them in my bedroom because I love to sit up and like read and work and watch TV, so it's very practical. But putting them in the other rooms, I feel like it's not as practical. And I was thinking of a DIY for next summer. The seating area outside, I thought that those cushions, I could use those and cover them with some weatherproof material to make some cushions for that little seating area. So let me know what you think. Do you think that they're just kind of impractical? And yeah, I might change the setup in there and get some just other cushions. These are gorgeous. See what I mean? How they are red, but they're not solidly red, so they're not as intense. So I do like how they've layered the green with the red, and they've got a green wall. How nice, they've got different lampshades onto each side with the opposing colours. They've got lovely colours here. So there's so many. I feel like this one definitely also is one that we had on the shoot or something very similar. I do love the scalloped edge. Okay, so we've got some nice options from there. Now let's look on Ochre, because I know, oh look, here we go, mid-season sale. Let's look at their sale options. Can you sort, oh gosh, look at that lampshade, goodness me. That is a gorgeous pillow. Look at that. I bet that's really thick material as well. And I love that kind of, that print. Ochre is very much like known for these lovely geometric and repetitive prints. Very nature inspired, and I love them. It's quite nice if you want that contrast, if you don't want your house to be too traditional, you want that contrast of something slightly more modern, slightly more geometric, or inspired by different cultures around the world. I feel like Ochre is really good for that, where you can see definitely like inspiration. I don't know where they're made, but maybe some Indian prints. Let's have a look, see if they say any information about this, because often Bukhara cushion is inspired by typical ikat design. Ikat is an ancient dyeing technique that originates in Indonesia. See, there you go. So they definitely specialise in this kind of thing, which is really nice to add that eclectic, lived-in, beautiful style to your home. I feel like for this room, I'm preferring the Birdie Fortescue kind of prints, but let's just have a quick look on Etsy. The only issue with Etsy that I am having now is that it has been inundated now with sellers that aren't like hand making things, or actually like small businesses. It has been flooded, kind of like Facebook Marketplace, with mass sellers, which really frustrates me because it makes it difficult as a consumer to tell the difference. So like I tend to sort by UK only. That still does not solve the problem, but it does help. And you can, generally speaking, tell if you look at the reviews, and it will say information about whether it's handmade or not. So they've got some gorgeous ones here that very, very much look very Soho home style, like these ones, and they're only, well, that's maybe they're $16.99 to start, but it's not quite the style. So you see how that, I mean, that's quite expensive. So these aren't quite the style I'm looking for currently. I do have one in there that already looks like this. Look at this one. See, the price is not necessarily any cheaper though. That's the issue. There's only one of them. La Redoux. If you're after a more budget option, I did get a couple of cushions from La Redoux because I think they were doing a sale. So and also TK Maxx as well is a great one to look for cushions. I think I got a couple of nice ones. Those embroidered ones in my living room are from TK Maxx. They obviously are just hit and miss. Like there's going to be more seasonal things right now, but sometimes you can come across something quite good. Okay, let's filter by red and pink. Nothing here is really no, I don't think there's anything. I think this time of year with TK Maxx it's going to be very seasonal, so instead let's look on La Redoux or La Redoute. So these are really pretty. So I think this is the one that's actually in the room now in a burnt orange colour. See, like, look how gorgeous. This is probably not the right colours, but look how gorgeous that is. But then sometimes in a way, like having ones that aren't exactly the right colours is quite nice because it has a bit of contrast. That is quite a nice option, you know. I quite like that. I don't know why, that's just very cute. A little tip that I would recommend if you are struggling to pick things is use PicMonkey. Insert your photo of your room, even as a blank canvas or as it is, you know, midway through its process. I've obviously got this very nice photo that I've taken, my friend took, which looks very professional, but you don't need it to be professional. It can be snapped on your phone. It can literally be completely undecorated. Go to the website with the cushion or item, piece of furniture, whatever, and then just insert it. And I love PicMonkey because what you can do is, let me just show you. You can insert the image, remove background. You don't require any skills for this. I do have a subscription with PicMonkey, but I feel like they do have a free version. And then you can pop this on the image. Obviously you can see here these ochre ones that now live in our living room. And I did think when they were in here, they almost matched too much to the walls. I can insert these cushions and kind of visualize, obviously with a bit of, you know, imagination. I can visualize what this is going to look like. So I do like those, but I do think maybe it's getting lost a little bit with the cover. So we'll delete those and let's go back to some of these other ones that I picked out. So those two are very similar. Remove background. Oh, that's getting closer. I do like that one a lot because it's quite girly, because this room is maybe leaning a bit more masculine in some ways because of the darker woods, the dark greens. That adds a little bit of softness. I do like those. I'm wondering whether I need to find like a red cushion, because if you look at the lamps and the colours in the curtains, even the colours on the quilt, they are red. I do really like these though. So these, I think, I'm not so sure about this. Or maybe let's try it. Let's just give it a go, because it does have the block red around the edge. And what you can do is you can download it, save it, so you've got them as reference. You can compare them back and forth. And I've done this in the past with curtains, with wall colours. There's so many ways you can do this. You can also do it where you create a mood board. Maybe I'll do that in a future video when I'm doing another project. But you can just insert the items you're going to use for the room on a blank page. I often use the kind of paint colour as the background and do it that way. So let's look at these ones. They're also lovely, but I do think I preferred the other ones. But let's try and find a block, like I'm just going to put in red cushion and see if that is better. Just like this is the one that's already in there. I feel like I have got two of them. That's quite nice. That one's a bit more block coloured. I'm not as much of a fan of the sort of deeper reds. I think that's a bit much with the green. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear what you think, which cushions you're liking. They're really nice. I do really like those. But I feel like, let's compare the two. I'll get them up for you. I feel like I did prefer the other one. There was something quite nice. So here's them for comparison. So we've got that style, which I really like, the scallop. I feel like it ties in with the lampshades. But then that does add quite a nice solid colour. Let me know what you think, or if I should keep looking. I'm going to stop there designing this room, and also let me know if you enjoyed that, like kind of my thought process, because I was thinking this the other day. I do so much of this behind the scenes, and I suppose I don't show that process in these videos because I've done this with all the rooms. Let me see if I can find some of those actually. So you can see here in planning for our bedroom, I found this image on Pinterest and it was one of the inspiration images, but it did have a different wallpaper underneath it. I just basically saved the wallpaper and plotted it on here to imagine what our room would look like. Obviously it's a different layout to our bedroom, but I had all these options for wallpapers. You can see we had the one that's in our room now, which actually is much bigger. It's more like this in the room. This was one that I considered, this blue one. And then this is the original one that was underneath. You can see if I delete all of these, which actually is really not far off what we ended up with. Here's an example of our garage. This was the colour that was on the wall. I literally just swatched it from the website. I think we ended up not using this light. There was no space, and my sister has this light now. But these are the lights we used. The sofa, the the chair, the different tones I wanted to add in here, which actually is quite refreshing to see now, because this room, I think we need to add a little bit more colour in. I probably need some more cushions, because sometimes I come in here and I think the sofa looks very beige because all the cushions are like beige. Apart from this one, I've got a nice orangey one, but yeah, I feel like I could do with adding a bit more colour and pattern, so maybe that could be a little mini makeover in the future. Here's one I did for the spare bedroom, which is probably the most complete one. We've got the exact curtains, the material, the exact cushions. These are the same bloomin' ochre cushions I've moved around actually from room to room. We've got a complete different cushion in there now. Similar vibe, but different. Furniture as well. I bought that furniture and took that photo off Facebook just so I could plan the rest of the room. Often you'll have like a colour, a piece of furniture, a fabric that you start with, and then you can work your way around. And I like to add a kind of palette of colours that I will refer to when picking other items. And then here is a very simple one I think I used for our living room, which obviously we don't have these chairs in anymore, but here's the fabric for the curtains, the sofa, the ottoman, the rug on the floor, and then I think I used all of this as reference. It can really help if you've got a lot of ideas in your brain to put it together all in one place. I'd really recommend doing this. You can use Canva, PicMonkey, I'm sure there's lots of other ones. I'm sure you can do it on your phone as well, but it does really help for you to picture and envisage what you actually want to do in a space. You'll have to stay tuned because I think I've made the decision that I'm not going to go to B&Q tonight. I think I'll do that in my next renovation video, whatever project we do next. Maybe I'm going to paint the ceiling in our bedroom. Could you please let me know what you think we should do with that? Do you think we should paint the ceiling in our bedroom, or do you think we should leave it white? My mum thinks I should leave it white. I feel like we should paint it blue, but I'd love to know what you think, and maybe when I do that I could go get some architrave for the green bedroom and finish it off. But I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for future renovation videos. I'm really hoping that we can get our bathroom done soon and then also do the outside. We've just got to save up for it because it is so expensive. Yeah, maybe some little touches in some of the other rooms. I want to do a little mini makeover soon for our window seat area in our kitchen, so stay tuned for that. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Go check out my recent house tour video if you haven't seen it already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.